Vandeyam Shri Guru Shri Yatha Parakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Saganaragunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sabalutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Paran Sahagana Lalita Shivishikam Vitamscha Om Ajnana Timurandasya Gyananshana Shalakya Shakshurunmritam Yena Tasma Shri Gurave Namah Gurva Bhistam Supurakam Garaganana Sisha Sambhushitam Chintya Chintya Samasta Veda Nipanam Shri Rupa Patanugam Govinda Abhidam Ujwalam Bharatanam Bhaktyan Vidam Sundaram Mande Vishwagurun Shah Divyat Bhagavat Premno Bija Pradam Devam Divyatanum Suchanda Varanam Balaka Chelanchitam Sandrananda Puram Sadika Varanam Vairagya Vidyambudim Sri Siddhanta Nidim Subhakti Lasitam Saraswatanam Baram Banditam Shubharam Marega Sharanam Nyashishvara Shridaram Manchakopatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhyevacha Patitanam Pavanibhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Mahabaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gorata Vishay Nama. We're hearing from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, translation and commentary by Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. This is Madhya-lila, chapter 16, the Lord's attempt to go to Vrindaban. Text number 84. Emata Mahaprabhu Charivatsara Gela Dakina Jaya Shite Duivatsara Lagila. Thus Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu passed 4 years. He spent the first 2 years on his tour in South India. Aradui Vatsara Chahe Vrindavana Jaite Ramananda Hate Prabhu Napare Chalite. The other 2 years, Mahaprabhu wanted to go to Vrindaban, but he could not leave Jagannath Puri because of Ramananda Roy's tricks. Panchama Vatsare Godera Bhaktagan Aila Rata Dekina Rohila Godere Chalila. During the 5th year, the devotees from Bengal came to see the Ratha Yatra festival. After seeing it, they did not stay, but returned to Bengal. Tabe Prabhu Sarvabhauma Ramanandastane Alingana Kori Kohe Madhura Bachane. Then Mahaprabhu placed a proposal before Sarvabhauma, Bhattacharya, and Ramananda Ray. He embraced them and spoke sweet words. Bahuta Kanta Mora Jaite Vrindaban Tomara Hate Duivat Sara Nakoiluna Gaman. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, my desire to go to Vrindaban has very much increased. Because of your tricks, I have not been able to go there for the past 2 years. Avashya Chaliba Duhe Koraha Samati Toma Duha Binamora Nahi Anyagati. This time I must go. Will you please give me permission? Save for you two, I have no other resort. Goda Deshe Hoi Mora Dui Samashroy Janani Janavi E Dui Doyamoy. In Bengal I have 2 shelters, my mother and the river Ganges. Both of them are very merciful. Goda Desha Diya Jab Tasabardakiya Tumidu He Agya Deho Parasana Hoya. I shall go to Vrindaban through Bengal and see both my mother and the river Ganges. Now, would you two be pleased to give me permission? Shunya Prabhura Vani Mane Vicharoy Prabhusani Ati Hata Kabu Balonoi. When Sarvabhauma, Bhattacharya, and Ramananda Ray heard these words, they began to consider that it was not at all good that they had played so many tricks on the Lord. Duhe kohe ebe varsha chalite nariba vijay dashame aila avashya chaliba. They both said, now that the rainy season is here, it will be difficult for you to travel. It is better to wait for Vijay Dashami before parting for Vrindaban. Anande Mahaprabhu Varsha Koila Samadan Vijay Dashami Dine Korila Payan Mahaprabhu was very pleased to thus receive their permission. He waited until the rainy season passed, and when the day of Vijay Dashami arrived, he departed for Vrindaban. Jagannathara Prasad Prabhu Jata Payachila Kadara Chandana Dora Saba Sangiloila. The Lord collected whatever remnants of food were left by Lord Jagannath. He also took remnants of the Lord's Kadara ointment, sandalwood, and ropes with him. So the Kadara ointment is, it says here, a kind of Kadara, a kind of tilak. Jagannath Agyamage Prabhate Chalila Udiya Bhakta Gana Sange Pache Chali Aila. After taking Lord Jagannath's permission early in the morning, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu departed, and all the devotees of Orissa began following him. Udiya Bhakta Gane Prabhu Jatne Nivarila Nijagan Sange Prabhu Bani Bhavani Puraila. With great care, Mahaprabhu forbade the Orissan devotees to follow him. Then, accompanied by his personal associates, he first went to Bhavanipur. Ramananda Aila Pache Dolaya Chadiya Baninath Bahu Prasad Dila Pataya. After Mahaprabhu reached Bhavanipur, Ramananda Roy arrived on his palanquin, and Vaninath Roy had a large quantity of prasadam sent to the Lord. Prasada Bhojana Kori Tatai Rahila Pratakali Chadi Prabhu Bhuvaneshwaraila. After taking prasadam, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu remained there for the night. Early in the morning he began walking, and finally he reached Bhuvaneshwara. Katake Asiya Koila Gopala Darshan Swapneshwara Vipra Koila Prabhura Nimantran. After reaching the city of Katak, he saw the temple of Gopal, and a Brahmin there named Swapneshwara invited the Lord to eat. Ramananda Ray Sab Gane Nimantrila Bahirau Jane Ashi Prabhu Basha Koila. Ramananda Roy insisted. Ramananda Roy invited all the others for their meals, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made his resting place in a garden outside the temple. Bika Kori Bakulatale Korila Vishram Prataparudra Tairai Korila Payan Bika Kori Bakula Tale Korila Vishram Prataparudra Tairai Korila Prayan. While Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was taking rest beneath a bakul tree, Ramananda Roy immediately went to Maharaj Prataparudra. Shuni Anandita Raja Ati Shigra Aila Prabhu Deke Dandavat Bhumete Parila. The king was very happy to hear the news, and he hastily went there. Upon seeing the Lord, he fell flat to offer him obeisances. Puna uti, puna pare, pranoy bival, stuti kore, pula kanga, pare ashrujal. Being overwhelmed with love, the king again and again got up and fell down. When he offered prayers, his whole body shivered, and tears fell from his eyes. Tarab Bhakti Deki Prabhur Tushta Hoilaman, Utima Prabhu Tare Koila Alingan. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very pleased to see the devotion of the king, and he therefore stood up and embraced him. Punastuti Kore Raja Koraye Pranam Prabhu Kripa Ashrute Tara Deha Hoilasnan. When the Lord embraced the king again and again offered prayers and obeisances. In this way, the Lord's mercy brought tears from the king, and the Lord's body was bathed with those tears. Shustakore Ramananda Rajare Basaila Kayamano Bhake Prabhu Tare Kripa Koila. Finally, Ramananda Ray pacified the king and made him sit down. The Lord bestowed mercy upon him through his body, mind, and words. Ajita Hare Kripa Koila Gorarai Prataparudra Santrata Nama Hoila Jai. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed such mercy to the king that from that day on the Lord became known as Prataparudra Santrata, the deliverer of Maharaj Prataparudra. Rajapatra Gana Koila Prabhuran Bandan Rajare Vidai Dila Sachira Nandan. All the governmental officers also paid their respects to the Lord, and finally the king and his men were bade farewell by the son of Mother Sachi, by Mahaprabhu. Bahire Ashiraja Agyap Patra Lekaila Nijaraje Jata Vishai Tahare Pataila. The king then went outside and had orders written down and sent to the government servants within his kingdom. Grame Grame Nutan Avasya Koriba Panchashata Navya Grihe Samagrihe Bariba. His orders read, in every village you should construct new residences, and in 5 or 7 new houses you should store all kinds of food. Apane Prabhuke Loya Tahan Utariba Ratridiba Betra Haste Sevaya Rahiba. You should personally take the Lord to these newly constructed houses. Day and night you should engage in his service with a stick in your hands. Dui Mahapatra Harichandan Mardaraj Tare Agyadila Raja Korea Sarvakai. The king ordered 2 responsible officers named Harichandan and Mardadraj to do whatever was necessary to carry out these orders. Ignavya Ane Rakaha Naditire Jahan Snana Kore Prabhu Jana Nari Pare Tahan Stamba Rupan Kora Mahatirta Kori Nityasnan Koriba Tahan Jena Mari. The king also ordered them to maintain a new boat on the banks of the river, and wherever Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took his bath or crossed to the other side of the river, they should establish a memorial column and make that place a great place of pilgrimage. Indeed, said the king, I will take my bath there, and let me also die there. Chaturdvare Koraha Uttama Navyabas Ramananda Jaha Tumi Mahaprabhu Pash. The king continued, at Chaturdvara, please construct new residential quarters. Now, Ramananda, you can return to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sanjate Chalibe Prabhu Nripati Shunila Hasti Uparatambu Grihe Strigane Chadaila. When the king heard that the Lord was leaving that evening, he immediately made arrangements for some elephants with small tents on their backs to be brought there. Then all the ladies of the palace got on the elephants. Prabhur Chadibar Pate Rohe Sarihaya Sanjate Chalila Prabhu Nijaganaloya. All these ladies went to the road the Lord was taking and remained there in a line. That evening the Lord departed with his devotees. Chitrotpala Nadi Ashigate Koilasnan Mahishe Sakalas Deki Koraye Pranam. When Mahaprabhu went to the bank of the river Chitrotpala to take his bath, all the queens and ladies of the palace offered their obeisances to him. Prabhu darshane sabe hoila prima moy Krishna Krishna kohe netra ashu barishai. Upon seeing the Lord, they all felt upon seeing the Lord, they all felt themselves overwhelmed with love of Godhead, and tears pouring from their eyes, they began to chant the holy name, Krishna, Krishna. Emona kripalunahi shuni tribhuvane, Krishna prema hoy jara duradarshane. There is no one as merciful as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu within all these worlds. Simply by seeing him from a distance, one is overwhelmed with love of Godhead. Nokate chadiya prabhu hoila nadi par jyotsna vati ratri chali aila chaturdvar. The Lord then got into a new boat and crossed the river, walking in the moonlight. Walking in the full moonlight, he finally reached the town known as Chaturdvara. So all the ladies on the elephants are seeing Mahaprabhu, and tears are flooding from their eyes, and they begin chanting holy name Krishna Krishna. So both Maharaj Prataparudra, he was overwhelmed and bathed Mahaprabhu with his tears, and all the queens were bidding farewell to the Lord as he departed for Vrindaban. The Lord then got into a new boat and crossed the river. Walking in the full moonlight, he finally reached the town known as Chaturdvar. Ratri etata rahi prate snana kritya koila henakale jagannatha mahaprasada aila. The Lord spent the night there, and in the morning took his bath. At that time, remnants of Lord Jagannath's food arrived. Rajara agyaya paricha pataya dine dine Bahuta prasada pataya diya bahu jane. Following the king's orders, the superintendent of the temple sent large quantities of prasadam every day, and it was carried by many persons. Svagana sahite prabhu prasada angi kori utiya chalila prabhu bole hari hari. After accepting the prasadam, Mahaprabhu stood up and started to go, chanting the holy names, Hari Hari, Ramananda, Mardadraja, Sri Hari Chandan, Sangi Seva, Kori Chale, 18 Jan. Ramananda Ray, Mardadraj, and Sri Hari Chandan always went with Mahaprabhu and rendered various services. Prabhu Sange Puri Gosai, Swarup Ramadar, Jagadananda Makunda, Govinda Kashishwar, Haridas Thakurara, Pandita Bakrish, Gopinatha Charyara, Pandita Damodar, Ramainandai, Ara Bahu Bhaktagan, Pradhana Koilun Sabar Ke Kore Ganan. Paramananda Puri, Swarup Damodar, Jagannananda, Makunda, Govinda, Kashishwar, Haridas Thakur, Vakeshwara Pandit, Gopinatha Acharya, Damodar Pandit, Ramai, Nandai, and many other devotees accompanied the Lord. I have mentioned only the chief devotees. No one can describe the total number. Gadadhar Pandita, Jabe, Sangate Chalila, Ketra Sanyasna Chadiya Prabhu Nishedila. When Gadadhar Pandit started to go with the Lord, he was forbidden to come and was asked not to give up the vow of Kshetra Sannyas. Take Kshetra Sannyas, he would stay in Puri and worship the Gopinath deity. Pandita Kohe Jahantumi Se Nilachala Kshetra Sannyas Mora Joka Rasatala. When he was requested to return to Jagannath Puri, Gadadhar Pandit told the Lord, "Wherever you are staying is Jagannath Puri. Let my so-called Kshetra Sannyas go to hell." Prabhu Kohe Iha Kora Gopinath Sevan Pandita Kohe Koti Sevat Tat Prarabdha Tvatpada darshan. When Mahaprabhu asked Gadadhar Pandit to remain at Jagannath Puri and engage in Gopinath service, Gadadhar Pandit replied, one renders service to Gopinath 1,000,000 times simply by seeing your lotus feet. Prabhu kohe seva charibe amai lagedosh, iha rohe seva kora amara santosh. Mahaprabhu then said, if you abandon his service, it will be my fault. It is better that you remain here and render service. That will be my satisfaction. Pandita kohe sab dosh amarupar tomasangina jaiba jaiba ekeshwar. The Gadadhar Pandit replied, do not worry, all the faults will be on my head. I shall not accompany you, but shall go alone. Aike dekite jaiba na jaiba tomalagi pratigya seva tyagadosh tara ami bagi. I shall go to Sachimata, but I shall not go for your sake. I shall be responsible for the abandoning of my vow and service to Gopinath. Eta bole pandita gosai pritak chalila katakashe prabhutare sange anaila. Thus Gadadhar Pandit traveled alone, but when they all arrived at Katak, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu called him, and he went into the Lord's company. Panditera Goranga Prema Bhujana Najai Pratigya Sri Krishna Seva Chadila Trina Prai. No one can understand the loving intimacy between Gadadhar Pandit and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Gadadhar Pandit gave up his vow in service to Gopinath, just as one gives up a piece of straw. Tahara Charitre Prabhu Antare Santosh Tahara Hate Dori Gohe Kore Rano Erosh. Gadadhar Pandit's behavior was very pleasing to Mahaprabhu's heart. Nevertheless, the Lord took his hand and spoke to him, displaying the anger of love. Pratigya Seva Chadibe E Tomara Udesh E Siddha Hoila Chadi Aila Duradesh. You have abandoned Gopinath's service and broken your vow to live in Puri. All that is now complete because you have come so far. Amara Sange Rohite Chaha Bansha Nijasuk Tomara Dui Dharma Jai Amara Hoy Duk. Your wanting to go with me is simply a desire for your own pleasure. In this way, you are breaking two religious principles, and because of this, I am very unhappy. Murasuk Chahajari Nilachala Chao Amara Shapata Jari Arakachubal. If you want my happiness, please return to Nilachala. You will simply condemn me if you say any more about this matter. Etaboli Mahaprabhu no kate chadila murchita hoya pandita tatai parila. Saying this, Mahaprabhu got into a boat and Gadadhar Pandit immediately fell down unconscious. Pandite loya jaite Sarvabhauma Agyadila Bhattacharya kohe uta aiche Prabhu-lila. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ordered Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya to take Gadadhar Pandit with him. The Bhattacharya told Gadadhar Pandit, get up, such are the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Tumi jana Krishna nija pratigya charila bhakta kripa bhase Bhishmara Pratigya Rokila. You should know that Lord Krishna himself violated his own promise just to keep the promise of grandfather Bhishma. Swanigamam apahaya mat pratigyam ritam adhikartum avapluta ratasta dhritarata charano bhyayat shaladgur Harir eva hantum ibam gatotariya. Intending to make my promise true, Lord Krishna broke his own promise not to take up a weapon in Kurukshetra. with his outer garment falling off. Sri Krishna jumped from his chariot, picked up a wheel, and came running at me to kill me. Indeed, he rushed at me like a lion going to kill an elephant, and he caused the whole earth to tremble. E Mata Prabhu Tomar Vicheda Sahiya Tomara Pratigya Raka Koila Jatnakoria. Similarly, tolerating separation from you, Mahaprabhu has protected your vow with great endeavor. E Mata Kohitare Prabodha Korila Duijane Shokakula Nilachala. In this way, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya revived Gadadhar Pandit. Then both of them, very much grief-stricken, returned to Jagannath Puri, Nilachala. Prabhu lage dharma karma chade bhaktagan, bhakta dharma hani prabhu na hoy sakan. All the devotees, na hoy sahan. All the devotees would abandon all kinds of duties for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's sake, yet the Lord did not like the devotees giving up their promised duties. Premera vivarte ha shune jan achire miliye tare Chaitanya Charan. All these are the misgivings of loving affairs. Whoever listens to these incidents gets the shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lotus feet very soon. Okay, I'm stopping here. Tomorrow we'll continue. Hariharaya Nama Krishna Jadavaya Nama Hariharaya Nama Krishna Jadavaya Nama Jadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama Jadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan Giridhari Gopinatha Marana Mohan Giridhari Gopinatha Marana Mohan Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chandra Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chandra Gadadhar Shiva Sadi Gora Bhakta Vrinda Gadadhar Shiva Sadi Gora Bhakta Vrinda Chai Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Chai Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunath H.I. Gosai Kori Charana Bandhan H.I. Gosai Kori Charana Bandhan Jao ete vignana shamishta puran Jao ete vignana shamishta puran H.I. Gosai jar mui taradas H.I. Gosai jar mui taradas Tasabar pada renu mora panchagras Tasabar pada renu mora panchagras Kader Charana Sevi Bhakta Sanibas Kader Charana Sevi Bhakta Sanibas Janame Janame More Abhilas Janame Janame More Abhilas H.I. Gosai Jabe Brajavin H.I. Gosai Jabe Braja Vrindavan Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Manjai Aman Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Manjai Aman Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Koriyas Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Koriyas Harinam Sankirtana Kohe Narotamodas Harinam Sankirtana Kohe Naratamada. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gora Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo. Nitai Gora Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo. Nitai Gora Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo. Nitai Gora Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo. Jai Saparikara Shishi Guru Guranga Gandharvika Giridhari Ju Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Rupanuga Guru Bharga Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Das Raghunath Shad Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Prem Sigo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasudeva Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai. Srila Vrindaban Das Thakur Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavad Ki Jai. Narottam Srinivas Shamananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Vishvavaranya Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Nirmala Acharya Maharaj Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Madhya-lila Vrinda Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Ki Jai. Soquel Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Seva Ashram Ki Jai. Shri Radha Krishna Gopi Govardhan Shyam Kuna Radha Kunda Kalindi Yamuna Jo Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. All the assembled devotees Ki Jai. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo.
See?